Okay, I'm watching your second video at Ning right now, and yeah, if you make something more probable, you go off on this thing about, oh, then it's not actually random. Whoever said it was random? I never said that quantum mechanics was about random number generation and that's it. That's what you say. You say it could never add up to anything but random, but the fucking truth is that it underlies all of the energy reactions, everything around you, and it adds up to something that doesn't look that random, right? Because when you flip the coin 100,000 times, it's going to come up 50% one and 50% the other to a very close approximation. It'll be 49.9999 and 50.001, you know? And I never said it was a random number generator. Nobody says that. That's your idea because there's randomness at all. You don't want any randomness at all. Well, fuck, too bad. You know, life has some randomness in it as well as all the predictable shit, and you got to deal with both. It really sucks when you want to be able to control everything and say that everything um, is certain and controllable. But then again, when that leads you to giving up your control by thinking there's no free will, oh, you sort of lost out in that, didn't you? Now, quantum mechanics is not just a random number generator. It's beneath everything that you see, all of the predictable things you see. They're all explained by quantum mechanics, all of them so far. Quantum mechanics is used to explain just about every phenomena of energy transfer we have. And you talk about, too, about in that other video about, when the mathematics is ever used for something, it's all trial and error. It's an all trial and error, yeah. It's all empirical in order to actually have knowledge. But the mathematical models, they give you weird guesses that, hey, maybe this will work. Maybe I can make a tunneling microscope. The mathematics implies I can make a tunneling microscope. I wouldn't even have thought of spending $10 million to try, except for the mathematics gave me the idea. And then I tried it, and then it worked. Only, of course, I didn't build a tunneling microscope. But that's the thought process there for whomever did. They used the math to make that predictive, guess, and then they built something and tried it. So the math does lead sometimes. That's the point. That's why there's the confidence in the math, that something is there. Not that the world is mathematical, not that the world is thinking the way we think about quantum mechanics, just that the way we think about quantum mechanics mathematically is matching what the world is doing, so we can use that model to push our understanding to some new area and make a new device and then test it. And there's going to be more and more useful devices, and you're in denial about what's in the lab, what's in production, what's going to be useful. You're just in denial about it. You don't want to face it. I say denial because I've told you these things before, examples of things that are obviously not just fancy quantum random number generators like the tunneling microscope, like quantum cryptography, and you still keep saying, oh no, it's this other thing that I think it is. Stop telling me that things are random. And I've never told you that things were random. I said that they're multivariate and they go in multiple directions. And that's different. To you, that means totally random. No, I'll be too confused if there's more than one possible outcome of something. But then you said that there's multiple possible outcomes. And all of those three possible outcomes of a three possible outcome situation, all of them, okay, all of those options are determined in one sense by the causes, So if there's six options like on a die and I roll it, it's determined to be one of those six. Which one it comes up is part of the shape and the interaction and the existence of the die. It determined that it was a six. It's just that it could have been a two or could have been a three, and that's just not good enough for you. You want it to be the die with six sides can only come up on one particular side. And it's left to be determined about dice, but it's not about elementary particles. Those things, when they have six possibilities, it really is about six possibilities. You cannot throw the photon at the atom in such a way so that you get the one possibility you want, and they've tried. And as far as your dice rolling machine that could get snake eyes 70% of the time, well, first of all, I'd like to see that. Second of all, so what? That has pushed the probability. That's what I'm saying. You can change the probability of something, but you'll never get it to come up snake eyes every time, I bet. Because if you made a machine that precise, eventually you'd get to the quantum level where you can't make a machine that precise. Just like you are going to have to stop miniaturizing your computer circuitry because eventually you get to a quantum level, and quantum tunneling effects cause currents to jump from one wire to the next wire over and stuff randomly. Okay, when you hit those quantum when you have a machine that can roll dice and it's trying to get it 100% and it's only got it 73, or maybe it's got it 80 or 85 or 99, and you want to do that last bit to 100, you're going to run into the quantum level somewhere there, where no matter, you can't machine the machine carefully enough to determine that it'll be one exact set of energy versus another. But keep trying, and by the way, work on a perpetual energy machine while you're at it. It's fun stuff.